Salve discipli. So you've watched our how a Dictatio works video. Now we're actually going to jump into the real activity. So I'm going to illustrate this on the board just a tiny bit for you before we get started. So for your Dictatio, you're going to do this on a sheet of paper while you watch the video. And you're going to number your paper. So you're going to do like number 1. I'm going to read a sentence aloud to you 3 times, slowly. Your job is to write it down in Latin, no English on here. So let's say I say canis est in via. You're going to try to write it down to the best of your ability. And you're probably not going to get it right. If you get it right, I'd be really surprised. You're probably going to make mistakes. You should make mistakes. So this is my best guess. I've listened to canis est in via 3 times. Then I'm going to show you the sentence here. When you see the sentence up here, you need to fix what you wrote. So don't cross it out, just make corrections underneath. So I did this like Spanish in, so I-N. And in Latin, V's sound like a W. And then also this A gets a little long mark over it. You don't know that, of course, so you could add that in. So this is what I want you to do. Your best guess at what you hear and how it's spelled, correction underneath. All right, that's all you're doing. We've got an 8-sentence story today. I've got 2 vocab words you need to learn. You can write those vocab words in Latin and in English at the top of your paper so you don't forget them. Okay? So this story is called Magister, Pavo, et Draco. Wait, what does Magister mean? You always say, Salve Magister, Salve Magistra, right? I know everybody thinks that means Mr. and Mrs. It actually just means teacher. So this is the teacher, the peacock, and the dragon. Okay, I already explained the directions to you. Oh, our first word is via. Everybody say that with me. Via, like a W. All right, and via means road or street. I would write that at the top of your paper. Via, road or street. So obviously a modern road. This is an ancient road. This is in Pompeii. I bet you've heard about Pompeii where it got covered by ash from Mount Vesuvius. It is one of the coolest places in the world to go. I've been there a couple times. It is awesome. And when you go there today, the roads look just like this. You can see that the road is worn down here where wagon wheels have gone through for hundreds of years, and they've worn down these really hard and huge stones that are in the streets. What do you think these are? Make an educated guess. What could these be? So, when you're walking on the sidewalk, you would come to a crosswalk, and you could walk across these, so you're not walking in all the stuff that's in the street. Now, what might be in an ancient street? Well, people get around with horses and donkeys, right? They go to the bathroom in the street. Also, if you didn't have running water in your house, where do you think you would take all of your toilet stuff? You would throw it into the street. Where would you put your garbage? There's no garbage people that come around and pick up your garbage. You would throw it in the street. So the street would be disgusting until it rained and the rain washed it into the sewers. So when you were crossing on foot, you wanted to make sure you stayed out of all that gunk. And then also, you can see the wheel ruts here from wagons. This acted as a speed bump. You couldn't go racing through with your wagon because if you didn't place your wagon wheels right, they would break and your wagon would be all messed up. So this acted as a speed bump and a crosswalk. They're really cool. So if you ever get to go to Pompeii, check those out. They're super fun. Okay, the other word is saltat, which means to dance. Saltat means dance. All right, now we're going to start our Dictatio. Label your paper. Number 1, I'm going to read you sentence 1 3 times. Write it down to the best of your ability in Latin. Here we go. Magister feret pavonem in via. Magister feret pavonem in via. Magister fert pavonem in via. All right, pause it if you need to. We're going to move on to number 2, sentence 2. So leave a space. So you had sentence 1, you wrote yours. Ooh, sorry, I have to show you the sentence. My bad. Okay, so make a correction. You wrote yours, your guess, make your corrections. Magister fert pavonem in via. You can put these little macrons, these long marks there. If you did a good job and don't have a lot of mistakes, put those on there. Okay, number 2. Magister saltat et ambulat in via. Magister saltat et ambulat in via. Magister saltat et ambulat in via. Okay, you can pause it if you need more time. I'm going to show you the sentence. Magister saltat et ambulat in via. So make your corrections. Ooh, and this is sententia secunda. What do you think that means? It's the second sentence. So this is number 2. All right, moving on. Oops. All right, sentence 3. Magister spectat ranam et draconem. Magister spectat ranam et draconem. Magister spectat ranam et draconem. All right, here's sentence 3, sententia tertia. So make your corrections. Magister spectat ranam et draconem. All right, number 4. Oops. Draco edit ranam. Draco edit ranam. Draco edit ranam. All right, there's sentence 4, sententia quarta. Draco edit ranam. Make your corrections. All right, here's sentence 5. Remember, you're writing it down to the best of your ability as you're listening. Draco spectat pavonem. Draco spectat pavonem. Draco spectat pavonem. All right, sententia quinta, number 5. Draco spectat pavonem. And you might have noticed that, we learned that as pavo, but now it has that different ending on it. So that's okay. If you miss that ending, you just write down pavo. And also try to put the long marks on there. All right, moving on to sentence 6, sententia sexta. Magister habet pavonem. Magister habet pavonem. Magister habet pavonem. All right, make your corrections. Magister habet pavonem. You see again, we've got pavo, and then it gets that ending. All right, sententia septima. Seventh sentence now. You should be listening and writing. Draco ambulat ad pavonem et magistrum. Draco ambulat ad pavonem et magistrum. Draco ambulat ad pavonem et magistrum. All right, here's sententia septima, the seventh sentence. Draco ambulat ad pavonem et magistrum. So make your corrections there. Change any spelling mistakes you got. Add long marks. What does that word odd mean? We've used it a couple times in lessons. Sometimes somebody jacet pavonem ad discipulum, throws the peacock towards the student. So this means like towards or to. Ambulat ad pavonem. Okay, sententia octava. Draco edit pavonem et magistrum. Draco edit pavonem et magistrum. Draco edit pavonem et magistrum. All right, this is the last one, sententia octava, the eighth sentence. Make your corrections. Draco edit pavonem et magistrum. All right.